Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to use the AVERAGEIF and AVERAGEIFS function in Excel. What those will do is they will average out a range of numbers if it meets a certain criteria. The only difference is AVERAGEIF only looks at one criteria and AVERAGEIFS will look at more than one criteria. These work almost the exact same as the SUMIF and the COUNTIF, except the function that they're doing is the average. So let's look at our data here and go through two examples of how to use each one. So we have our data here, which is a range of dates with low temperatures, high temperatures, and two yes/no columns for was it windy and was it rainy. So let's try to answer these two questions by using the AVERAGEIFS functions. So what is the average high temperature when it doesn't rain? So we have one criteria is rain equals no. So column E would have to equal no. And we want to average this column, the average high temperature. So what we're going to do is we're going to put our cursor here, and I'm going to click this little FX, and we're going to look for the AVERAGEIFS. If you don't find it, type it in. Since it's only one criteria, I'm going to just need AVERAGEIF. So I'm going to double click it, and we're going to go through the wizard here on how to use it. First is the range. The range is of where we're looking for our criteria. Since our criteria is when it doesn't rain, our criteria is column E, or our range is column E, and the criteria is N for no. So we want it only when rainy is no. And what's the average range is the average high temperatures, so that's column C. We have to be sure that this range here and this average range are both the same length. So if we did like E1 to E20, this range would have to be C1 to C20. But since we did the whole column E, we can do the whole column C. So if I click OK, the average is 61.19. So what it's basically doing is looking at all these no's, and it's taking these and averaging them out just where this column is a no. So that's how you would do the AVERAGEIF. Now if we're going to look for the AVERAGEIFS, because we have two criteria, so we say what is the average low temperatures, so this is our average range, on windy and rainy days. So we want to know where windy equals yes and where rainy equals yes. There's only a couple of those instances, like right here, and those actually might be the only two. So we're going to go in here, and instead of using the wizard, I'm going to type it in. So I put equals AVERAGEIFS parentheses. So now instead of having a wizard, it just tells you right here, it bolds what you need. So what's the average range? So the average range is the range of data that we're averaging out. So since there's multiple criteria, so the average range is the average low temperatures. So it's column B. And I press comma, and now it goes to criteria range 1. Criteria range 1 is this column, column D, comma, and then what's the criteria? We want to know if it's windy, so we want to know where this says yes. So you got to put quotes, and it's a yes. Our second criteria is rainy days. So we're going to highlight this whole column. Let me move this over. So we'll highlight column E, press comma, and what's our criteria? That's also yes. So now if we look at it, we're averaging column B. When column D shows yes and column E shows yes, we end the parentheses and press enter, and it's 31.76 is the average. And if we look, here's one where they're both yeses, and it's a 30.2. And here's one where it's yeses, and it's 39. And here's one, there's a third one where they're both yeses, and it's 26. So when you average those three, it does come out to 31.76 as the average. And it's just a number, so I'm going to just make it a comma, format it as a number, and there's our average range. So that's how you do the AVERAGEIF and the AVERAGEIFS formulas to average a range of cells based on other criteria. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please, if you like it, click the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and just put any comments that you have on it, and I will try to get back to you. So have a good day. Thanks.